Her name was Elara, last-born princess of the Virnari, a fragile star-faring species known for crystalline bones, glowing veins, and hearts that beat slower with every heartbreak. Elara knew she was dying, not in the poetic, maybe someday sense, but truly. Each morning she felt her body fail a little more. Her breath caught like glass in her lungs. Her bones hummed softly, the way Virnari bodies did when the end approached. She had never been kissed, never been beloved, never been chosen, and for her people, dying unbonded meant fading into darkness forever. No memory, no afterlife, no star ancestor to welcome you. Only silence. The Virnari believed love, real, recognized love, was the spark that kept the soul alive after death. Without marriage, a Virnari girl's soul dissolved into cosmic dust. It terrified her more than death itself, but who would ever want to marry a dying girl? Earth, however, rarely cared about alien customs. They cared about visas, passports, and hospital fees. Elara had traveled to the Terran-neutral hospital orbiting Mars, the only place with tech advanced enough to slow her illness. Slow, not cure. Her doctor, a tired human with kind eyes, told her she probably had 3 months if she took all treatments, 1 month if not, and each day alone carved at her mind like a serrated blade. She would watch human couples hold hands in the corridors, watch visitors kiss foreheads, whisper promises, watch spouses sign emergency consent forms, a ritual so casual for humans, yet so precious to her. She wanted that. She wanted someone who looked at her like she was worth loving, even at her end. Even if it lasted a single day. One night, in the artificial starlight of the observation deck, Elara pressed her hand against the window. Her skin shimmered with faint bioluminescence, the mark of the terminal, and she whispered her dying wish into the void. "I just don't want to die alone." A voice replied, deep, warm, human. "You don't have to." Elara startled and turned. A man leaned against the railing, flight suit unzipped just enough to reveal a military undershirt, his hair a mess, a small scar across his eyebrow. He looked tired, but alive. "My name's Elijah Carter," he said with a gentle nod. "Pilot, maintenance division, and eavesdropper, apparently." Elara flushed, her veins glowing brighter with embarrassment. "You weren't meant to hear that." "Well, I did," he replied, "and for what it's worth, it was real. Most people scream their fears. You whispered yours." She tried to laugh, but her chest shuddered painfully. He noticed. "You're sick," he observed, not with pity but with concern. "Yes," she whispered. "Can they fix it?" "No. I'm sorry." She braced for him to leave. Everyone did once they learned, but he didn't. He sat beside her. They talked and talked and talked. They spoke about Earth oceans and Virnari star gardens, about the ache of being alive, about wishing for more time, about the fear of wasting the time they had. And for the first time in months, Elara forgot to be afraid. Hours later, as lights dimmed for station nighttime, she said softly, "My species, when we die unmarried, our souls don't join our ancestors. We vanish." Elijah frowned. "That's a cruel rule. It is simply our fate," she murmured. "What would it take," he asked slowly, "for that not to happen?" "A bonding," she said. "A union recognized by law. A marriage." Elijah looked at her. Really looked at her. "What if someone did sign those papers?" he asked. Elara laughed, a soft musical sound. "No human would marry a dying alien girl." "You sure about that?" He smirked. She stared, stunned, breath leaving her lungs like a stolen star. "Why?" she whispered. "Why would you do that?" "Because no one deserves to die alone," he answered. "And because I want to." Her heart hammered, unsteady, glowing fiercely. "But I'm dying. Then I'll make the time you have left worth living." Her vision blurred, not from sickness, but from the first tears she'd willingly shed. "Elijah Carter," she whispered, "you are absurd. And you're beautiful," he shot back. They signed the bonding contract the next morning. Aelara's hands trembled as she pressed her glowing thumbprint to the digital form. Elijah signed with steady handwriting. Not hesitant, not forced. The Virnari priest on the holoscreen confirmed it. Aelara, you are now someone's beloved. Those words filled her like a nova. Days passed. They lived slowly. Elijah brought her earth flowers, even though station rules forbade pollinated species. He smuggled chocolate into her room, telling the doctor, "It's medical morale." He pushed her wheelchair to the observation deck every evening so they could watch simulated sunsets. He kissed the top of her head when she shook with pain. He held her hand when she woke from nightmares. He learned how to help her breathe through bone-shuddering aches. He read to her human poetry, starship manuals, terrible romance novels. He made her laugh so hard she forgot she was dying, and every moment her veins glowed brighter, not from disease, but from joy. The doctors noticed something unexpected. Her decline slowed, then stabilized, then reversed slightly. It wasn't a cure, but love was making her stronger. The head physician shook his head in disbelief. I've never seen a Virnari terminal patient survive this long. Elijah only squeezed her hand and whispered, "Stay. Stay with me." She wanted to, more than anything. But love cannot always bargain with fate. One night, her breathing failed. A sudden collapse. Her bones thrummed painfully. Her pulse flickered. Machines wailed alarms. "Elijah." She gasped, "I'm here." He held her face gently, thumbs brushing her glowing skin. "I'm not going anywhere." She fought for breath, each word like lifting a dying star. "I am not afraid anymore." Tears spilled over his cheeks. "Don't talk like that, Elijah," she whispered, eyes shining. "You gave me everything I ever wanted. I am someone's wife. I am loved. My soul will not fade." Her heart stuttered. She looked at him with all the love she never got to spend. "You made me infinite. Alara, please." She leaned forward, weak, breaking, and pressed her lips to his. A kiss that tasted like tears and starlight. Then her glowing veins dimmed, one by one, until darkness. Elijah didn't let go of her for a long time. Sympathy drones came. Nurses offered condolences. The doctor placed a gentle hand on his shoulder, but he heard nothing. Finally, they allowed him to carry her, as a husband was permitted. He held her like she was still alive. He laid her into the crystalline preservation chamber reserved for honored Virnari. He kissed her forehead one last time. "Goodbye, my love." Her funeral was not sad. The Virnari priest spoke. "A bonded soul becomes a star. Aelara will shine forever." Elijah stood alone as they launched her crystal casket into the cosmic sea. It ignited into brilliant silver-blue fire, a newborn star flaring into existence. And he smiled through tears, because he knew exactly which star she had become, the one shining brightest, the one that would never fade. Months later, Elijah returned to the observation deck, the same place he first saw her. He wore his flight suit. A small necklace hung around his neck, a crystal shard from Aelara's homeworld. He pressed his hand to the glass. "Hey, wife," he whispered. The star she had become shimmered back, a flash of light so bright it tinged the window. Elijah chuckled breathlessly. "I miss you too." And for a moment, just a moment, he felt her hand against his, warm as ever. Love refuses to die. It only changes shape. Aelara was still his wife. Still chosen, still loved, and forever shining. Elijah Carter didn't expect grief to have phases. He thought it would be a clean wound. Deep. Yes, but one that stayed the same. Instead, it changed every day. Some days the grief was a soft ache, a gentle reminder of everything beautiful she had given him. Other days it was a collapse, a suffocating weight that stole his breath and left him shaking. On the floor of his empty quarters, he tried to return to work. Piloting supply shuttles kept his hands busy. but not his heart. Everywhere he went on the station, something reminded him of her. The gardens with glowing flowers humans imported. She once said they reminded her of home. The vending machines? He once spent an hour trying to explain the difference between candy and medicine to her. The crew lounge? She sat on that couch laughing until tears streamed down her cheeks. Love haunted him, beautifully, painfully, and every night he found himself on the same observation deck, staring at her star, talking to her. You'd think I'd be better at this by now, he murmured one evening, eyes damp. But every time I look away, I'm afraid you'll disappear. The star pulsed, a gentle flicker. A cosmic heartbeat. He blinked. Had he imagined that? 3 months after she passed, the station commander summoned him to his office. A stern man with a metallic jaw replacement. Commander Rain rarely called anyone personally, Elijah, he said, folding his hands. We received a message from the Virnari High Council. Elijah's chest tightened. About Alara? About her husband. The commander slid a crystalline tablet across the desk. A message glowed on its surface, elegant Virnari script translated beneath. To the bonded one of Princess Alara Virnari. Her rebirth star has sparked a divine echo. You are summoned to the ancestral nebula. Your presence is required for the completion of bond. Elijah reread the lines again and again. Rebirth star? He whispered. Commander Rain nodded. The Virnari believe a bonded soul can still grow after death, depending on the love they were given. Apparently, hers is strong enough to call you. Elijah's throat tightened, emotions rising. They want me to come to her, he breathed. They demand it, Rain corrected. This is not a request. The journey to the Virnari home system took 12 days. Elijah spent every moment clutching the crystal necklace she left him. Terrified and hopeful at the same time, the Virnari world was breathtaking. Their cities were built of shimmering spires like frozen lightning. Their people glowed softly from within, each color unique to their spirit. But none shone like Alara once did. None. He was welcomed not as a visitor, but as royalty. Guards bowed. Citizens stepped aside. Whispers followed. Human husband. The one who chose her. The one who saved a soul. Elijah had never felt so unworthy. He was brought into a hall carved from amethyst crystal. The sanctum of rebirth. At the center, a floating sphere of white-blue light. Her star. His breath trembled as he approached. A Virnari priestess stepped forward, her voice like wind chimes. Princess Alara has reached second luminescence, she explained. Your love anchors her, but she cannot take form without your presence, without your heart. Elijah stared into the star. What do I have to do? Remember her, the priestess whispered. That's it? That is everything. The chamber darkened. Her star brightened. Light poured outward, swirling into the shape of a woman. A slim silhouette, luminous veins, hair flowing like liquid starlight. Alara. She hovered inches above the crystal floor. Not flesh, not spirit, but something between. Her eyes opened, glowing bright, then softening into recognition. Elijah, she breathed. His knees nearly buckled. Alara. His voice cracked. You're here. God, I missed you. She smiled. The same small, shy smile he had fallen in love with. I felt you, she whispered. Every night you looked at me. Every word you spoke reached me. You kept me from fading. His heart pounded. Violently. I thought I lost you. Forever. You made me immortal instead. He reached toward her and gasped when his hand passed through. She was light, radiance, a soul only half anchored. Her expression fell. I cannot stay like this. What do we have to do? He asked without hesitation. The priestess answered, the completion of bond requires equal sacrifice. You must give a piece of your soul to her. Take it, he said instantly. Alara shook her head fiercely. Elijah, no, this means you will die sooner. Your lifespan will shorten. He laughed, brokenly. When I married you, I promised time didn't matter. Loving you does. Tears glowed on her cheeks, turning into tiny stars as they fell. You already gave me everything, she whispered, and I'd do it. Again, the ritual began. Alara placed her light-woven hands against his chest. He felt warmth spread through him, burning, radiant, terrifying. His memories poured around them, her laughter under station lights. Her fragile fingers tangled in his hair, her soft breath against his neck. Her kiss, her first and last. "Thank you," she whispered, voice breaking. "For seeing me, for choosing me, for loving you," he smiled. "Always," light roared, then darkness. He opened his eyes to the sound of a heartbeat. Not a machine, not his own. He lay on a soft bed, the priestess standing nearby. And beside him, warm hand, warm skin, alive. Ilara sat there, no longer transparent light, but flesh and soul combined, vibrant, breathing, glowing with renewed life. "Elijah," she whispered, touching his cheek gently. "You came back to me." He pulled her into the fiercest embrace he'd ever given anyone. Her pulse matched his own, fast and alive. "How?" he choked. She placed his hand over her heart. "You gave me a part of you. Now we share one life, however long it may be." He kissed her forehead, tears streaking freely. Worth it. Human and Vernari lifespans were very different. He had sacrificed decades, maybe more, but Elijah didn't care. What was the point of eternity without love? Their return to the Vernari capital was greeted by celebration unlike anything the galaxy had seen, not because a princess lived, but because a human proved love stronger than death. Vernari elders bowed to him. Children stared at them like legends. And Ilara? She never let go of his hand. Years later, they settled on a small orbital garden station overlooking her rebirth star, the star she once became. Their home was quiet, soft, filled with blooming bioluminescent vines she tended lovingly. Elijah's hair turned silver sooner than expected. Some days his heart faltered, side effects of the soul-sharing ritual. Each time, Ilara held him securely against her glowing chest until the pain passed, as he once did for her. "You gave me extra years," she told him often. "Let me give them back to you." He always smiled. "You already do." On their 20th anniversary, Elijah sat with her under a canopy of starlight. "I'm not afraid anymore," he said, the same words she once spoke while dying. Ilara cupped his face, tears glowing brightly. "Because I'm here," she whispered. "Because you made me infinite," he corrected. She kissed him. Deep, loving, eternal. Above them, her star shimmered like a blessing. Their souls, once separate, now beat as one. Love had conquered death. Forever.